You know that feeling you get when you're walking down the driveway and you see that your vehicle has been leaking oil onto the driveway. This is a 2018 GMC. It shouldn't be leaking oil. It's still fairly new, fairly low mileage, but it's left little spots all over the driveway here recently. So it was time to investigate. Pop the hood and pull the dipstick, and it's a little hard to focus on it here, but the oil level was quite a bit lower than it should have been, considering there was just a few drops here and there on the driveway. Finally, get this dipstick here where the camera can see it. You'll see that it's towards the bottom end of the full range. It definitely needed to have some oil added, and it wasn't that low as recently as a week ago because I normally have it in my checklist to check these things every week or every other week just to make sure that you don't have a problem. And in this case, that was a good thing because clearly this oil had dropped pretty rapidly and quite a bit. But the spots on the driveway don't match that level of oil loss. So it's something of a mystery. Put the car up on the ramps and got underneath it to take a look. And the first thing I notice is that it looks like it's coming from the oil filter. So maybe the oil filter was loose. But I missed a clue here. It's not coming from the top of the oil filter where the seal is. The oil is around the bottom of the filter. This particular filter was put in by Jiffy Lube. I had the oil change there the last time, and it's overdue for an oil change, but we haven't had time to do it, so it's time to take care of that. But this looks like a oil filter issue. So I grabbed my oil filter wrench, made sure the filter was tight, put a little more oil into the crankcase, and started it up. And as soon as I started the engine, the problem was solved. The mystery was revealed. Oil came squirting out of the side of that oil filter under pressure. So the problem wasn't a leaking seal or a bad gasket. The problem was the oil filter had either cracked or developed a hole in the side of it. Perhaps a rock got thrown up against it. Perhaps it's just a cheap filter. I'm not familiar with this brand. Maybe Jiffy Lube didn't put the best quality filter on there. But whatever the cause, this thing was leaking out the side of the filter, and it was leaking while driving. So that's why the oil dropped so rapidly. And that's why it didn't look like such a serious oil leak on the driveway, because it was just a few drops. Since it wasn't under pressure when the engine got cut off, it didn't leak much. So that's a lesson learned. You can lose oil very quickly in a way that you might not expect, and that's why it's always good to check your oil weekly or bi-weekly. Make sure that your engine is protected with that engine oil. So I went ahead and changed the oil. I put an AC Delco filter on it, and we're back in business. I hope that helps somebody. Maybe it'll save you some trouble down the road. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.